What's up everyone? I want to show you guys all the little goodies that I found after I got the car home. We'll start from the front. So front bumper, I actually didn't like it when I first saw it in the pictures, but when I see it in person, I actually like it a lot. I thought it was the Nismo Bumper, but it's not. Then I thought it was a KBD kit, but it's not. What is it? Polyurethane or whatever they're made out of. It's like made out of fiberglass. So I think it's the VIS one, but I don't know. So if you know, let me know in the comments below what it is. It's kind of like a splitter because it goes all the way. Oh, you can't really see right here. Oh, I guess you can. So it's like a splitter, and it's even through here. I don't know if you guys could see it, but so it goes all the way back here. I thought it was like the under tray of the Z, but it's actually molded like onto the bumper. I thought it was when I first looked at the car, I thought it was just a lip, but it's made onto the bumper. So anyways, that's pretty cool. It is a VIS. It's a couple $100, I think. So after that, I noticed that, well, the tires. So I didn't even know these were 265s in the front, and they're Nitto, I think the G2s. Where does it say G2 at? Oh, right there, yep. The G2, so they're pretty sticky. They're decent. They're 265s in the front. So I'm gonna use those in the back. Those will be nice and grippy. And the rears, I think they're 275s. Yeah, they're 275s. So those will be nice and grippy. So they'll be fast on these tires, I assume. And then the big brake kit, I think they're power stop or something like that. But I think I'm gonna replace those. Probably put the stock ones on. Because, well, the main reason for that is because the GK Tech angle kit that I'm gonna put on here, the caliper on the inside usually hits the coilover instead before it hits like the bump stops over here that's made on the arm. So with bigger brakes, it's gonna hit it even sooner. So I'm gonna probably go with stock ones and make, I don't know, a couple bucks off of these and go back to stock ones. So that's the second thing that I found that I could sell off of this. Where's the first thing? That's the first thing. And then pop the hood. I need to vacuum that. These Canaan Intakes, which are short ram, which I don't like. I think the stock ones would be even better because especially this side, it doesn't have the heat shield like this side does. But even with the heat shield, if you think about it, it's closed right here, right? Like the hood's closed and it's sealed. There's still heat coming in through here. So it's sucking in all that hot air. Because even at least the stock air box, it's completely sealed and it's getting air through here. So it's more of a colder intake if you think about it, because it's sucking through air through here versus all the heat in here, even with the heat shield. And this one's even worse because it doesn't have a heat shield. But the nice thing about these is that they're carb legal, so I could at least probably use them to smog the car if I can't find stock air boxes. And then just toss them on when, you know, smog time comes around. So those are pretty cool. Other than I'm not going to use them. And then what else? What's the next thing I found? Oh, well, you can't see it from up here. I'll show another little clip when I was under the car right now. This, which is about $300, and it's just a CSC kit, but it's stronger. I think it's all metal versus plastic. So that's cool that I have that. Happy about that. But it has the, what is it called? The CSC upgraded, I think it's Concept Z, because these have a problem with the concentric slave cylinder. where the actual slave is bolted onto the input shaft inside the bell housing, so there's no external slave with like a fork to press against the pressure plate of the clutch. And those are known to go out on these because they're made of plastic, I guess the stock ones. So if you upgrade the clutch or anything, they tend not to last long. So I found out this actually has the upgraded one from, I think, like I said, I think it's Concept Z, their heavy duty clutch slave cylinder. Because I was under there and you can see the lines going to it. So I'm pretty sure it has that. And those are about, I think, 300 bucks. Yeah, they're about 300 bucks. So that saves me money on having to do that. Because I think the clutch is, supposedly the guy said the clutch was going out on this. It's slipping. When I drove it home, I didn't feel it slip at all. But maybe I just need to drive it more. At least I know I have that, so I don't have to worry about upgrading that. So that saved me 300 bucks. And then what else? Oh, the big thing that I really didn't notice is this exhaust right here. I don't know if you can see it, but that says Stilling. So it has a full Stilling exhaust. They run about 1,200 bucks, brand new on, I think, on Z1's website. So, which is cool because I don't need that. I'm gonna take that off and sell it. So if you guys want that, let me know down in the comments below, or DM me or on Instagram, or message me on here. Because I'm just gonna go with a cheap eBay one like this, because as you can see, I'm gonna mess it up anyways. So it worked. As you can see, it popped right here. There's pretty much no crease anymore. It literally popped out. Let's see if I can pull a little bit more. Yep, seems like it worked. Let's put it on the car and see if it lines up. So there's no point in messing up a nice exhaust like that. Oh, and I noticed the top, because I kind of really didn't like the top of the car, like how it was black when I was looking at it in the pictures. I noticed it's just a wrap. So I can actually pull that off if I want to. But I kind of like it right now, so I'll leave it. What else is there on here that I noticed after I got it home? I think that's pretty much it. Because the main things that I really wanted when I got this car, the main things I actually looked at was if it passed smog, meaning all the monitors are on. So I took my OBD2 scanner with me, plugged it in. All the monitors are ready to smog, so I don't have to worry about that. And then there's no check engine lights. I didn't hear no rod knock or anything. So the motor was good. And then the frame was straight, at least in the front. So if you look at the frame rail right here, well, kind of can't see the whole thing from the camera, but it's straight. And this side is straight too. So once I knew that the ECU was good and the car was past smog and no check engine lights or anything, and the motor was good and the frame was straight, I just pretty much took it. I pretty much committed to buying it before I even drove it, because if anything else was wrong with it, I would just deal with it, because it was so well, it's cheap in my eyes. I only got it for $4, and this thing is pretty clean. Other than the paint peeling, if you look at my old video that I'll link up right here when I first brought it home, it's pretty clean. Other than, like I said, it's just clear coat. It's a pretty clean car. Oh, and these I think they're ambit wheels, but I believe these are, well, I know that I took the front off. Those are 18 by 9.5 plus 15, so those are perfect. Those are like, those are my RPF ones. And then the rears I think are 18 by, I don't know, they might be the same, but I think if they're not, they're probably 18 by 10.5 plus, I don't know, but they're pretty good. But yeah, if you guys want to keep up with this car, because I'm excited for it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.